Mets hosting the D-backs, and the D-backs are plus 119 on the money line. The Mets are minus 141. The over-under is at 9 runs. The D-backs getting a run and a half on the run line are minus 168, meaning if you bet them that way and they win this game outright, you'd win. They lose by 1, you win. And the Mets laying a run and a half on the run line are plus 141, meaning if you bet them that way, they have to win this game by a minimum of 2 runs. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to first pitch tomorrow. Thank you for everyone who's joined the Discord and also those who booked a consultation. I really appreciate you guys. If you have not joined the Discord yet, go to my website, rawsportstalk.com. Click on the memberships. It's the $14.99 one. It will come with my best picks, and then also a link to the scratch pad that'll have some stats on it if that's what you guys are interested in. Mostly everyone's been interested in the best bets. Now, Davies pitched once against the Mets so far. 5 2/3, 4 runs, 4 earned. They lost that game 8-5, and he struck out 6 batters in that game. He's got an ERA of 3.8. He's averaging 4 1/3 innings pitched and 4 strikeouts per game in those games. And the D-backs are 3-2 in those games. The over is 3-2 in his last 5 starts. And in his last 3 against the Mets, they've lost his last 2. He's 2-1. One of those games did come with the Cubs. In his last 3 appearances against the Mets, he's averaging 4 2/3, 5.7 hits, 3.7 runs, 3.3 earned runs, 3.3 strikeouts per game, 1.7 walks, 1.7 home runs, and 83.7 pitches. For the Mets, Quintana pitched once against the D-backs last year as a member of the Cardinals. 2 2/3, 4 runs, 2 earned. They won that game 6-4. That was in Arizona, and he didn't strike anyone out in that game. The Mets are 2-3 in his last 5 starts. He's got an ERA of 1.8. He's averaging 6 innings pitched and 4.6 strikeouts per game in those games. In his last 3 against the Mets, 1 was last year, 1 was in 2019, and 1 was in 2017, so they were spaced out. He averages 4 1/3 innings pitched against the D-backs, 6 hits, 4.3 runs, 3.7 earned runs, 2.7 strikeouts, 1.3 walks, 1.7 home runs, and 86 pitches. He gave up 3 home runs in one game, 2 home runs in another, and then no home runs in the last one that he pitched in. Head-to-head, the road team's on a 4-game winning streak. The road team is 7-3. The Mets are on a 4-game winning streak against the D-backs. The Mets are 8-2 against the D-backs in their last 10. The favorite is 6-4 on the money line. However, the underdog getting a run and a half on the run line is 6-4. There have been 4 one-run games in their last 10 meetings, including 1 in this series that they played against each other earlier this year. The under is 5-4-1, and the under 9 is 5-4-1, and the under has hit in their previous 2 games. The Mets winning 8-5, 2-1, and 9-0. All of those games were this year. The D-backs are 6-4 in their last 10, 3-1 in their last 4, and the under has hit in their last 4 games. The under is 7-3 in their last 10. For the Mets, they are 1-3 in their last 4. They are 5-5 in their last 10, and the under is 5-4-1 in their last 10 games. I want to say that this game is more meaningful for the D-backs than it is for the Mets. So I'm going to take the D-backs here. I'm going to take the D-backs with the money line. I'm going to take the D-backs getting the runs, and I'm going to go under in this game. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.